Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. We're going to do some barbell work and then a wall walk-up skill session. And I'm going to tease a little something that's coming in the future when we do this wall walk skill session. So let's begin with 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio. And then the only part of the rest of the warm-up we're going to do is just some barbell position stretches. So front rack, overhead. You can do some bottom position of the front squat if you like to, and then clean bar path practice. So you can do these slow, elbows high, keeping the bar touching the body and rolling the elbows forward. You can move them faster, but somewhere around 2 to 3 minutes, just working those things, you and a barbell and some chalk, and that's it, okay? When we finish that, then you can start building your weight buffet out here if you like to, and just make sure when we set that stuff up, we try to be as orderly as possible when we are setting all of our weights aside, or weights to the side, so that we don't trip over them or drop the bar and have something go flying. Just be mindful of other people in the room when you're doing that. The movement for today is clean and jerk, right? We're gonna have 8 minutes of skill work at the beginning of the EMOM, and then 8 minutes of lifting complexes that will gradually get smaller and smaller in volume and higher in weight as we go through, okay? So the first 4-minute drill set is 3 clean liftoffs and 1 clean pull, right? So the liftoff is from this bottom position, just going from the shins to the knees, shins to the knees, shins to the knees, and then back to the ground, and 1 clean pull. Now the point of that structure is I want you to practice and get really comfortable with just the bar path from the shins to the middle of the knees, and then execute that same bar path when you increase the speed and the intensity of the movement by performing the clean pull, which should be an explosive movement, okay? The next 4 minutes are for the jerk, right? So we're gonna take the bar from our shoulders and we're gonna do 3 reps of a jerk pause dip. So I'm gonna go to the dip position and just sit there for a second, assess. And from here, am I leaning forward? Are my elbows behind the bar, right? Are my heels off the ground? There's a lot of little faults that we can correct. Faults that you will not see if I just go really fast through my dip and go into my jerk, right? So forcing you to pause in a position that would normally be dynamic can illuminate errors that you probably didn't know or were harder to correct when you're trying to correct them at speed, okay? So 3 reps of that pause dip, stand, dip, stand, dip, stand, and then the last rep is jerk, okay? All right, that will be our complex for the second block of 4 minutes, so from 4 to 8. Now from 8 to 16, we're just doing clean and jerks, and it's going to be in a structure that is all the cleans, then all the jerks until we get to the last one, okay? So the first 2 minutes will be 4 cleans. So I'm doing my clean, back to the ground, doing my clean, back to the ground. After I do 4 cleans, then 3 jerks. And the structure of that is 7 reps, 4 cleans, 3 jerks. It's gonna limit you to how much weight you can do, right? And still be able to make the interval. So these first like 6 minutes of that progression, don't go up in weight crazy, all right? Think like small, graduated weight increases as you go through this little structure of the EMOM. Okay, so it's 2 minutes of 4 cleans and 3 jerks, 2 minutes of 3 cleans and 2 jerks, 2 minutes of 2 cleans and 1 jerk, and then 2 minutes of just clean and jerk, right? And the recording for today is those last 2 rounds, the heaviest clean and jerks that you get for today, okay? When you are done with that, so that was 16 minutes, next we're gonna put the barbells down on the ground, right out front, and we have an alternating EMOM of wall walk and bent over barbell row. So 12 minutes. On the wall walk, there's going to be a lot of different options for this, but it is one of those movements that comes up in every CrossFit Games Open that we've ever done, and it is one of those ones that we like to throw in on a Saturday workout. It's a funny looking exercise, but if you do 3 or 4 of these in a row, you will absolutely get winded like you would not believe. It's really good for working on alternating hand pressure in the ground if you want to work on handstand walking, just shoulder strength in general, core strength in general, and it is extremely good for conditioning as well. So wall walk is one of those things that is a gateway to a lot of other handstand stuff, and we can practice a lot of different ways to do it. So today we're just going to pick on a couple of skills, and then in the future weeks Coach Colleen is gonna have some more skill points on the wall walk that are more nuanced and little things that she has picked up along her journey of competitive exercise stuff that will help us all to get better at these movements, right? So today I want you to pick two little things, and one of them is going to be counting steps of your hands, and the other is going to be your core position, right? So core position is just when your feet are on the wall and your hands are on the ground, you have this tendency to extend your back, right? And that's just not good for your back. It's a less efficient position, and it kind of relies on the discs and the ligaments in between your vertebrae to hold that position. So our goal will be to get your pelvis rotated back so the spine is neutral, and we're holding that position with core strength rather than with the strength of the connective tissue, okay? The other one is hand steps, right? So if you're consistent with, it takes me exactly 5 steps to get back to the wall and then 5 steps forward, it helps you to know like exactly where you're at in the workout. You're not just randomly like flinging your body at the wall, but you actually have a plan, you execute the plan, and you'll be more efficient at doing it, okay? So wall walk up, we'll always start with your feet touching the wall, hands on the ground, and feet reaching up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that would be my goal for today is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's just awareness of how many steps that I took on my way up to the wall, right? Alternate minutes are going to be bent over barbell row, 8 reps. I don't have a weight listed. Just pick a weight that is a reasonable challenge, doesn't prevent you from making the interval, and it is a reasonable amount of weight for you. So somewhere in that like 75 to 115 pounds is usually a good amount for the bent over barbell row. All right, and those 2 EMOMs are the sum total of our work for today. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.